once more, welcome to the You Can Be Anything podcast. I'm your host, Solange. And as I say every fortnight, there is yet another amazing person on here to talk to us about the great things he's been doing. Remember, the goal of this podcast is to bring these amazing people, the people that are impacting our community, to come share with us what they are doing. And just so we know, right, who knows, the information we share on here can go a long way to change tons of lives. So today I am blessed to have Samoashang. Samoashang you see why I'm thinking before I'm talking, because he's so many things. This is one person that I always like to reach out to and talk to, because just like me, he's that person that when he got into the US, he was able to pick up the bull by the horn, change things around to meet his current lifestyle. I'm not just hang on to what he's been doing in his past life. Yeah, so Samoa is the co-founder of Cloud Heroes Africa, and today he's here to talk to us about Cloud Heroes Africa. Thank you so much, Samoa, for joining us on the You Can Be Anything podcast platform.
You're welcome. So babes.
I can say that again.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure, my pleasure. We are honored to have you here. So please, can you kindly tell our listeners a little bit about yourself? Who is Samoashang?
Thank you again. So I must say, I feel so honored to be on your program. I like what you're doing, empowering people and telling people, hey, you can do it. And very few people in this country or around the world now able to do what you're doing for free, because motivating people and inspiring people, I think a lot of people charge for that. And here you are doing it for free. I want to thank you so much for your energy. I want to thank you for being you and helping people from the bottom of your heart. Thank you so much. So to go back to who is Samoashang, I mean, I know it's hard for me. I believe that it's always difficult for someone to write their own stories, but I will try in my own words. My name is Samoa Alphonse Shang. Although for those of you who are from Cameroon and from the Northwest region, I was knighted as Fai Woo Kitaav by the Fon of Nso, and that was in 2013. So for people from Nso, is ever since I got that title, they're not allowed to call me by my name. That's in Nso, called from Nso. That's what people in Nso and generally in the whole of Northwest region. Yeah, so I'm 38 years old. I clocked 38 on March 3rd. I am married, and because I think you can see from the background there, I have two handsome boys. I'm married to the most beautiful woman on earth, Marie Claire Nga. I started my career as a banker. I worked for EcoBank in Cameroon without publicity, by the way. And when I moved to the US, I decided to change and switch, and I moved to cloud computing. And now I find so much passion in helping clients solve their problems, their business challenges using cloud computing technology. That's who I am. And I mean, I do a lot of stuff, but I'll just end here for now.
You see, that's a modest person back there. And yes, you see the Control-C, Control-V in his background, that he is a family man. And as he rightly said, yes, I am not officially from South, but I have South blood. I always say I have South blood in me because I grew up there. And so I should be calling you Fai Woo Kitaav as well, and not Alphonse. So yes, so I take that back. I understand the culture and I know where that comes from. So again, you have made mention of Fai Woo Kitaav. For the little lamso that I know Kitaav means bank, somebody keep money. Is that correct?
Yeah.
There we go. So I can see you're transitioning. The time is coming where I think the Fon of Nso will probably be naming you the Fai Woo the Cloud. And
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to tell you, I was going to ask you how they call cloud in
Oh,
Lamso.
that's a good one. Let me see if cloud in Lamso could be like Mba. They call it Mba.
Mba.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mba. Yeah, Mba.
So we see you soon becoming Fai Woo Mba, because again, you are not in the bank anymore. Now you are in the cloud. And
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. But that would be left to the fun of
I would be
so
left with the fun and so to do.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Thank
That's
you so
good. Yes.
Mm.
Awesome. This is really good, because the reason I would actually want to denote a title like that on you, if I had the powers, I probably will name you that, because I see what you're doing with the AWS cloud. I see what you're doing with it. You introduced yourself and you barely even said anything about the good job you're doing with the Cloud Heroes Africa. I am part of that. I come in there. At the moment, I am not an active student learning AWS, but I come in there once in a while just to encourage the people that are in there, because they are going on a journey that I have been through. And so I always come in there just to see what is happening. I join some of your calls sometimes, and you don't even know that I'm there, but I just join in the back just to see what is happening and just observe. And I bet you and your team, you people are doing a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And this is where, please tell us a little bit about Cloud Heroes of Africa. That is one of the main reasons I had you on here. So please just give us some background on Cloud Heroes of Africa, please.
Thank you so much. So, sometime last year, AWS was giving out vouchers to people in Africa to register for the AWS certified cloud practitioner exams. That is the lowest of all the AWS certifications, and it's like the foundational course. So it gives people without a knowledge in cloud to have a basic understanding of what cloud computing is. Just gives you just that basic definition of like what is the cloud, what is cloud computing. You just get to know what here and there. So last year, 2021, AWS gave out 6,000 vouchers to people in Africa, and I was like, wow, this is an opportunity for me to share this information with my own people in Cameroon and then in other countries in Africa. And as you know, people, I would say that access to information is key. And of course, you all know that they're saying that my people perish because of lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
So so I decided to share the link, and the link to all my WhatsApp contacts. I mean, I decided to share and say, hey, you're in Cameroon, register and take these exams. And people have never heard, by that, a lot of people had not heard about AWS cloud computing. And they were like, what is cloud computing? What is cloud computing? And they started asking questions. So I decided to tag, because I saw the advantages, and I know that AWS and other cloud providers like Google and Azure, they are seeing Africa as the next best thing. I will come to that for a lot of reasons. So I just decided, I observed that if AWS is giving out 6,000 vouchers in Africa for free, this is an exam that costs $100. But if they are giving people 6,000 vouchers, that means that they immediately see a need for 6,000 cloud practitioners in Africa.
Correct.
And again, I did not tell you about my other background. I am a certified Safe Scrum Master. So I work for this company as a Scrum Master, and most of the team was based in India.
Oh, so
I was like, yes, they are doing, they had an offshore teams. So people were working on cloud platforms from India, and that motivated me. And I said, hey, this is the time for my own people in Cameroon to learn about this technology, to learn, know it, and start applying for jobs in the USA and other developing countries. So when I sent the link to one of my very, very good family friends, Sister Jane, she created a WhatsApp group, and started adding people. She was adding her friends, her cousins, and then say, hey, get these vouchers. And she didn't even tell me she had done that until when people started asking her questions like, sister, what is this? And then she said, hey, and then she called me and said, can I add you to the group to answer these questions? Because I'm just a religious. All I want is for people to learn and make, the best out of this. So I joined the group and I was taking questions, and in no time, the group grew from 20, 25, 100, 150, 200. And I was, hey, this is people were curious, and
Yes.
the sweetest news is our siblings and friends and family in Africa are so talented. They are very, very talented. And that motivates me every day. So we grew from there. In no time, the first WhatsApp group was already full. We had to create another one. And then I reached out to the lady, she's called Melissa Boa. She's the lady who was running that campaign in Africa. I reached out to her and I said, hey, we have a lot of people in Cameroon who want to learn AWS cloud computing, and they want to know about this certification challenge. Will you mind coming on our platform for like an hour and just an hour and to talk about how it goes? And she was so happy. She joined and she explained, and people registered and got the vouchers. Now I had to start thinking of giving them the technical material.
Yes.
Yeah, so I had to start looking left and right and pulling out resources. And I just looked within me and I said, God has blessed me with a lot of friends. I'm grateful to God for. I have a lot of friends in all walks of life. So I decided to start reaching out to them and say, hey, brother, can you come and take one and spare 2 hours and teach this topic? And that's how we have been rolling. And sorry, I'm taking you back.
No, it's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
It's actually taking care of some of the things that I would have loved for you to talk about. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's an amazing teacher of cloud computing. He's based here in the US. He has a very big, he's big in cloud computing. It's called My Gives. He has a school called Go Cloud Architects and Careers. So he saw what I was doing on LinkedIn and he reached out to me and said, hey, congratulations. I'm happy that you are learning, you are teaching people in Africa. Let me know if you need anything. And of course, like the banker, I like the marketing person I am, I just reached out to that opportunity and say, hey, Mike, do you want to come to our, to speak to these students? And he made time and came. And we had a good 2-hour session and he was answering their questions and he was moved. He was so happy that people were asking questions. He was so happy that people were motivated to attend and study, despite the fact that they had, some of them do not even have laptops. A lot of them do not even have internet connection. So he was so touched and said, oh my God, that he needed to do something more. So he went to his school and decided to talk to his students and said, hey, I have an opportunity for you guys to learn and learn by helping other people. Can you teach students in Africa cloud computing? And immediately 50 people sign up to teach for free.
There we go.
So that was where it all started. And, people started, we have people in Canada, we have people in Australia, we have people in India who said, oh my God, I just want to teach, I just want to volunteer and teach. And that really inspired me. And to see that people can spare their time, that sacrifice 2 hours, sacrifice their resources to come and teach, it gets me going. And here we are with
this is magical.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
For real. I look at it. I come in there. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I come in there and I see what you're doing. Again, I look at the Telegram. I think the last I checked, there were like 712 people in that Telegram group. And I come at one point, if I don't look at that, I come and there are like 1,000 messages. Yes. And I'm like, oh God, how is our force managing this? Like, how is this? And I just look at it and I noticed there was a time that I was looking through it and I saw some shout outs. Then
Yeah.
again, a couple of the students and they connected with me on LinkedIn and I
Yeah.
saw that a couple of them got their certifications. I was
Yeah.
so happy. I was down there liking their
Yeah.
comments. So those who have connected with me.
Yeah.
And I know that this is not easy. You and I, we both know that this is not a bed of roses. We went through this journey of switching.
Yeah.
You are originally a banker. That's a career that you built back in Cameroon to a managerial level. Then
Yeah.
when you came here, you had to start all over in this
Yeah.
new field. It is not a bed of roses. Adult education, I always say,
Not
is
at
not
all.
easy.
It's
Teaching
difficult.
yourself new skills is
Yeah.
not easy.
Yeah.
And so I always just want to find that opportunity to give you a shout out. Not, and again, particularly because you did not just do it for yourself, right? You did it for yourself and you reached back out to a community. This is something that I tried. And I bet you, of course, I failed at it because my approach was not your approach, right? When I learned Salesforce, I reached out on my Facebook. I made short videos. I talked to, I was encouraging people to come ask me about it. Let's talk. A few people came. It was not very responsive. You know how most humans are. People will not listen. They will not pay a lot of attention to things like that. We love gossip. I love gossip. So again, I'm not different. I listen to gossip.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So again, just because I know that when I learned Salesforce, I used to talk to you about Salesforce, and
you did.
Considering that what you're doing is what I had envisioned, that's what I wished I could do, and I could not make it. Then I saw how you handled this, how you were able to bring close to 1,000 people from all over the world together through Cloud Heroes Africa. I wouldn't lie to you. Every day I sit, I still admire you. Even if just 10 people out of that 1,000 get a job tomorrow, I bet you, Fai Woo Kitaav, you have succeeded. What you have done is awesome. And just tell us a little bit, what are some of the challenges that you're facing with this? It's not a small group, it is a huge group of hungry, talent-hungry youths. How do you manage this?
Thank you so much. So, the first thing I would say, the first challenge I would say is the growth, the rapid growth. And in my career as a banker, I saw and I've had a lot of training on how to manage change, the change management process, and how to manage. You would say you're a victim of your own success. But again, what motivates me and how I handle this challenge is because I have, for 700 and something people to look up to you means you don't have to sleep. And at times my conscience is killing me, like, these people are looking up to you, not only me, but but the entire team for direction and guidance. There are people who have said, oh, this is my plan A. If they don't succeed, they will hold you responsible. They say, hey, you let me quit my job or quit something. You let me, like, I was just telling my wife the other day, I have a very close friend of mine, Douala, his wife, she wasn't doing anything, but she joined it. And then he bought a laptop for her and she's been motivated. And he's been surprised that his wife can sit in front of a computer for 3 hours to study. So he said, hey, if my wife doesn't succeed, you owe me 280,000 for that laptop I bought for her. Yeah. So the good news is we founded Cloud Heroes Africa based on the spirit of volunteerism. So we empower students and give them the opportunity to teach others. So we said, hey, you are getting this knowledge for free. The only payment we want from you is you're going to teach other people.
The next person.
Yes. So I'm going to go to that. We are building, we want to register Cloud Heroes Africa as an NGO, non-for-profit in the US. We have a board that has already been set in place. But the bottom line is I want to give the power to the students who started, what we get to all the students, we train them to become leaders. Like right now, we've split the students into various groups, and we have 2-3 leaders per group. So they have particular tasks they are handling. If a question pops up, somebody just rushes there and answers. I will say, hey, because questions will always come. people, right now we have like 10, 15 people who join a week. So there's some, they have a ready-made message. Shout out to my very, very good friend, Enda. She's doing a lot. And thank you for introducing Enda. She's a big asset to us.
Yes, good job, Enda.
Enda has an amazing spirit. She's so agile. And guess what? You might think that I'm doing a lot. I just rely on the energy of the women in the group. Solange, I'll not lie to you. Whatever you do and you put women to handle, I call them my sisters. I call them my mothers. And when they put their energies together, that's how we are flying. At times I just tell them, just tell me what you want us to do. And the success rate is coming from the women. All our students who are certified are all women. And the women will, I don't even know how to put it, but the power that women can bring out from you or from a particular project is compared to nothing. So I dedicate all the success to all the ladies in the group. We have Fola Karin, who started with no IT experience. She's now certified. We have Enda, we have Blessed, we have Marilyn, who's certified. We have Consola. We have a lot of those ladies who are putting in their best. And we Cloud Heroes Nigeria just started. We have like 40 people, and there are two amazing ladies. When I saw that these ladies were going to lead, I knew the success was going to come. We have Janet in Nigeria and Geraldine. They are leading Cloud Heroes Africa and Nigeria. And then we have Cloud Heroes Africa and South Africa too, with about 15 to 20 students, and they're being led by women. So I think that when the challenges come, the women take care of it, and I just sit and smile and say, hey, thank God. Blessed am I amongst women.
There you go. Hey, shout out to my ladies. Good job to you all. And Enda, I can remember Enda Bongo. I personally reached out to you after seeing how many times you reply to questions on Telegram. I personally reached out and gave you a thumbs up. All you and Karen, I was like, girl, I know that when you came asking for Salesforce, then we talked about AWS and I introduced you to our friends. I was so sure that you were going to do great. Thank you for not only going to learn cloud computing, but taking the whole team with you as you do this and supporting them as you go. Thank you so much for doing that. And our friends, I bet you it's awesome that you people are doing this and the ladies are actually pushing. Again, they say, we women are powerful beings. God made us with a purpose.
So powerful. Like, I cannot even imagine. So powerful. Thank you.
Yeah. So again, you already mentioned, so approximately, I know that the last I checked, there were about 700 plus, about 700 to 800 students. Is that an appropriate number all over the world? So this is not only Cameroon, it's all over the world. The US, Canada, I see people writing in from Canada. I think I know somebody checking in from the UK. Yeah. I know somebody that is part of this and in the UK and stuff. Wow.
I think we have 724 students on our platform now, and they keep growing. And it's like we have people from Australia. We have students in Gabon. We have students in Equatorial Guinea. We have students in Mozambique, and people are just logging in. And we have people from India who are like, okay, let's do this. And one thing which I forgot to mention, if you don't mind, is a lot of friends too are reaching out to me and asking how they can help. How can we?
Just like me. I'm like always at your disposal.
Oh, thank you.
How can I help?
And I'm so grateful again for that time you came, and I know you're going to come again. Just the session you had, it inspired a lot of ladies, it inspired a lot of young men and they reached out to me. They said, hey, if Solange can do it, if Solange with her energy, Solange doesn't have a background in science, and Solange is striving in IT, it means I can do it. And I said, yes. Thank you for coming, Solange. Thank you so much.
Yep. I'm happy. I was happy to be there. I got a lot of messages after that. So, and again, I always say it that it is just, you just need to want to do it. Yes. You want to be able to do it. And again, let me just take this opportunity and I am working on, I have a podcast skills series that I'm working on now. It starts on Monday, and each week I'm publishing. So it's just, so I have 33 guidelines put together to help both people that are already on the journey of learning a new skill and people like your students who, so I'm going to start from making that decision altogether and just general food for thought, like ideas to support them as they go on the journey. So I plan to probably come on sometime and talk to them about this podcast series, which I can also, sometimes you need a little motivation and like, hey, I'm stuck, what can I do? So that's the goal here. I will probably ask to come sometime and talk about it when I'm like halfway done. So again,
thank you so
we
much
are in this together.
Thank you so much in advance, Solange.
Yes, so this is awesome. This is you giving back in a really big way. And one thing that I just wanted to talk a little bit talk about quickly is, I know some people are asking like, hey, what is this AWS cloud computing? I see another person that I know that has this whole cloud computing AWS thing close to his heart is Primus Veku. Primus has been my guest on the podcast, and he's also one person that comes to talk to your students. And I see that he has a YouTube channel now that he's also making short videos to help guide the students. So again, these are just little things that if you're listening out there and you're interested, you want to know more about this, just reach out. I don't know how the group is now, if you're still welcoming new students or you're planning to get some people out before new people come in. How is it like? Are you still taking in new people who want to know more?
Yeah, before I go, before I say that, I want to shout out to Primus. He's an amazing person, I've never seen someone with such a nice heart. So Primus, not only does he have, he has his school, his cloud computing school, but he makes out time to come and teach some very important concepts. And he's available to answer questions. He's on our WhatsApp group, he's on our Telegram group, and he's helping students when they have challenges. He will just jump in there and tell them, hey, this is what to do. And then his YouTube channel is a huge source of learning for our students too. So special thanks to Primus. Not only he's doing a great job for us too. We have I don't know if you don't mind if I mention him that as well. People who are helping us.
Of course. That's actually one of the things. Like, hey, these people that are volunteering, because these are all people who are doing out of goodwill. It's definitely great to give them a shout out.
Yes. I have Prof. Jespo Mbogwe of JJ Tech. He's an amazing person. He teaches like 2,000 students. He has helped to transition a lot of people to AWS cloud computing. So when he heard what we were doing, he was like, oh my God, I've been planning to start something like this in Africa. Can you give me a list of 30 of your best students? Imagine his class, his classes are always full here. And they pay, I will not say the amount, but he gave access to 30 of our best students. 30 of, they are attending the class. It's free of charge.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's something, I don't even know how to put it. Like, they are still wonderful people out there. I'm so grateful to Prof. Jespo. He not only did he has sent all of his senior teachers to come and motivate students, and they have done so willingly. They are so available. People are just happy. And one of his ex-students sent us $500 and said, "Hey, are there women in your class who want to get certified? Pay for their registration." And we got it, and we registered for 5 students, and they all passed their AWS Cloud Practitioner certification. So people are just reaching out. Can we help? They want to give back, because when you get to work in IT, you see the opportunities. It's just like, I take my case for instance. I cannot sleep when I know that someone in Cameroon can actually dedicate 6 months of studies, 6 months of real hard work. Like I tell my students, by the way, our mantra is success is not comfortable. You have to, success is not comfortable. You have to learn this. So I tell them, stay, focus for 6 months, put in a minimum of 4 or 5 hours a day, and then you start making a lot of money. There are jobs available remotely. With remote work, Geography is no longer a barrier. You can be in Douala, you can be in Akum and get a job in America. I know
Yes,
people who are
that's
in Boye making a lot of money. So my question is, when students come, why should you settle for less when you can go for more?
yep.
So what we're doing is people keep coming, and then we have two groups, beginners and intermediate. So when you join our group and you're a beginner, we put you in that group, and we know how to start. Today we had a session to welcome newbies. So those who came, we just put them in that group, and then we dedicate people to teach them. Those who are in the intermediate level, we find a way of guiding them, and that's how we are structuring our group. Yeah.
Wow, that is good. So again, if you've not heard about this, I'll be surprised because I see it on my Facebook all the time. I share it, I get tagged in it. But if you're hearing about it for the first time, you want to check it out. Go find Cloud Heroes Africa. They are on LinkedIn, to find them there and just get more information, because just as Fai has said it now, why do we settle? We are intelligent people. We've been blessed with a brain power. Why do we settle? Just find that thing that you can do. And I believe that I always say that if I can do it, right, many of you can, because I know myself. I know that I never used to be that person that was so inclined towards all this computer science stuff. No. But the moment I found a need, I was able to place my finger on something that I liked. I developed a passion for it. And today I am successful at it.
Very successful.
That's because I did not settle. So again, I appreciate you for, and thank you too to all the volunteers, to all of you who give up your time. This is giving back. Right, to all of you who give up your time to go teach, to all the students who are able to learn these concepts and teach their fellow brothers and sisters. We appreciate you so much for that. That is what we call giving back. Thank you so much, Fai Woo Kitaav. This Cloud Heroes Africa thing melts my heart. I really love the whole idea. Now, these people are learning these skills. We have volunteers coming to teach them. I have seen, I got the invites for hands-on sessions, which to me, it's the most powerful part of this, the hands-on. Right? I see that you're doing that, which is one thing that whenever something like this starts, because when I ventured into IT, into Salesforce in particular, after my first year, one of my biggest challenges was that I had learned a lot of concepts, but I did not have the hands-on experience, right? It took a company to trust me as their junior admin for me to be able to build that, but not everybody gets that opportunity. So I see that you're actually making use of these hands-on activities, which are real life work situations, to give them this experience that they need before they join the workforce. And so please, students, do not take that for granted. That is the power of all this work you're putting together, the hands-on activities. Please take those seriously. And thank you that you're incorporating that into the whole learning journey. That is awesome.
Thank you. So we are, to add to that, we, for those who are familiar with cloud computing, what we are doing is we want to have a model where we get our hands dirty. If you learn something on the AWS management console, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm only talking about AWS because in the long run, we have other cloud providers like Azure and Google. So if you learn how to spin up resources in the AWS management console, you can use it as, we want you to learn how to do it as infrastructure as code, IAC. I mean, it's a technical term, I don't want to bring that here, but it means spinning is knowing how to do one thing in different ways. So it gives you that, that holistic approach. It gives you the complete training, a complete mastery of how to run resources. And the hands-on are so exciting. Students stay up till at times I mean, I think for those who are in Cameroon, Nigeria, they stay up at times up till 1 a.m. practicing, spinning resources and failing, because
and
the goal at
troubleshooting.
That is it. Yeah, you have to fail to learn. You have to fail in IT. You say you fail fast and learn fast. And thank you.
This is good. Awesome. And what's the way forward? We're already hearing of people getting certified. You already have certified the practitioner, people who have passed the practitioner exams. I know that people are looking forward to becoming solution engineers sometime. What's the way forward for your team? What do you envision? What's your vision for them as they learn all of these skills and become good AWS practitioners?
Yeah. So to answer that, the goal of all of this was to help people get jobs, right? And it's something that preoccupies the board and the entire team. We want to equip these students with skills, with technology that can help them become job ready. So, and the good news with IT is that a certification just takes you closer to an interview, right? You can actually know the technology. You can actually have a good mastery of it without even. I mean, I know a lot of people who are certified, who have good jobs, and they are not even certified. So we encourage them to know technology. What is cloud computing? What business challenge can I solve using cloud computing technology? What business can I start with my knowledge of cloud computing? That is our goal. We don't only want to create people who will look for jobs, but people who will use cloud computing technology to create jobs and start businesses. That is our orientation. And one of our closest persons on the team, Yannick Agbo, is doing a great job. He works for AWS. He is focused on helping people start business. There's a lot of business ventures that can be created from AWS cloud computing. So our long-term goal is to get jobs, and we're reaching out to recruiters. And hey, so guess what? Recruiters have come to realize, IT recruiters, I just want to specify, that Africa has for especially recruiters who hired talents from offshore, right? Africa is well geographically positioned because I think the people of India, I mean, and Asia, if you have a company that has operations in New York, for instance, and they have someone in India, I'll call the name. There's a 12-hour gap, right? So if you're running a project with your team that is in the other side of the continent, you have to wait the next day for them to pick up work that is being done. But the good news is all of Africa is just like 6 hours. They have just a 6-hour time difference with except South Africa. Yeah. That means that if you hire someone from Africa who is working on as a part of your offshore team, they can sign in at 2 p.m. when it's 8 a.m. in New York. So you're actually, somebody is working 2 p.m. in Africa, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then you are, so it's a whole shift, and you can communicate. That's a big advantage which Africa has over other continents. So we are leveraging on that, and we are reaching out to recruiters. They have started saying, hey, do we have those who are really, really skilled and we can hire them? So the future is bright.
Oh, that's nice. And so if you're listening out there and you're hiring AWS talents, both nationwide and internationally and abroad, please do not forget to check out #CloudHeroesAfrica and see these talents that we are talking about. These are individuals who have dedicated the last year of their life learning more about cloud, about AWS computing, and having this hands-on experience with all of these people who are volunteering to teach them. So please check them out and give them an opportunity. I guess that there are a couple of them out there who are ready to show you what they have learned. So please do not forget, check out #CloudHeroesAfrica for these amazing talents that we're working on. I appreciate you so much. And again, what advice do you have, Fai Woo Kitaav, for the young people out there who are probably still in doubt, right? There's a ton of them who still just sit and say, oh, this thing people are doing, forget about it. What advice do you have for that kind of a young man out there or young woman out there who still feels so lost?
I would say the first thing is, again, I would throw back the question at them. Why will you settle for less when you can go for more? Why will someone settle for less at this age and time when technology is opening opportunities for everybody? Why will you decide to settle for less when you can go for more? And unfortunately, most of our people back in Africa, that patience is not there. Say, put in 6 months of your time and take 6 months of your time and put in real work, 4 to 5 hours a day, and learn something which is going to change you. I always refer to my mentor, Tafo, which he's doing great charity work for Cloud Heroes Africa. He's called Tafo Niba. He's offered his Zoom account, which we're using for free at Cloud Heroes Africa. He said, hey, any other thing you want me to do, just use it, Tafo Niba. I always refer to the conversation I had with him when I just moved to the US. And I was working for this bank, and he said, please don't talk to me about any job that's not paying you 130,000 a year. Don't talk if you have a job that's not paying you don't talk to me about that. You have had a job that is, just keep it for yourself. And again, he said, you can do it. So my advice to my people in Africa, because Cloud Heroes Africa is about talent in Africa, is don't settle for less when you can go for more. The time has come when you can learn a technology, be good at it, and companies will rush for you.
Yep.
And so one last thing. Sorry, I'm talking too much.
It's okay.
The only AWS serverless hero for Africa. Guess where that guy is?
South Africa?
No, he's in Cameroon.
Is it Cameroon?
Yes, I'm gonna connect you to, and he will come and talk on your podcast. I promise you that.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I'll do that. Rosius is the only AWS serverless hero for the whole of Africa, and he's in Douala. This guy is big. This guy, he told me, hey, I cannot even, you pay me, I cannot even come to the US because I'm making it. So he sits in Douala. So I use that example. He came on our platform, and I use that example to my students. Somebody will be sitting in Douala and making 6 figures.
Wow, I want that kind of money in Cameroon.
Yes, he's companies pay. I mean, I'm giving you this because he said this on our platform, and it was public information.
Yes.
Companies out here in America pay him to write blogs on the serverless computing. And you know how much they pay him per blog?
Wow.
$350 to write a blog. And this guy is sitting in Douala. And he started AWS. He started learning AWS cloud computing just 2 years ago. So that is my advice to my people in Cameroon and Africa. Why should you settle for less when you can go for more? There's lots and lots of opportunities. When I speak to students and they're telling me, oh, I'm doing accountancy I don't want to call the name, I'm doing account. What? Don't settle for less. You can do better.
Thank you so much for saying that, Alphonse. And again, it's just about find those things. There was a time that accounting was good. They were hiring people. Yeah. Now things are taking over. AI is taking over some of those jobs. Yeah. Learn the skills that are in demand.
Yep.
Find a skill that will give you some money. Nobody is saying that accounting or any other field that you're not is not good, but just find that skill that is in demand. So you know that when you're done with it, you're either getting a job or you're in a good place to start your own business. Yeah. That's all what we are saying. We are examples of this. Fai Woo Kitaav and I were classmates all the way from secondary school. Right, we studied together. Oh, but again, just a point of notice, he was way smarter than I was. Okay.
Come on, you were smart.
He was way smarter than I was in school. But you know what? When we grow, that's why we say intelligence is overrated. Okay. It is not about how intelligent you are. It is the experience. It is the practice. It is how often you practice and how well you worked on something to become good at it. It doesn't matter. Intelligence it has its own things to do. But what we're talking about here, you only need to be able to read, understand, and apply that knowledge that you're reading. So please, this doesn't beat any of you out there. You can do it.
You
can do it. Just find a specific part of it that you love. Try not to do everything because it's just going to overwhelm you. Pick a specific one and become a master of it.
Yeah.
I love your journey, Fai Woo Kitaav, and that is why I'm so blessed to have you on the podcast. I am so happy that you're here to give us more insight on Cloud Heroes Africa and to, as we're telling the world about it. And for all those who are part of Cloud Heroes Africa, please just keep doing what you're doing. I know I join in there. I know that you are doing great. Some people are feeling challenged, but again, there are other people in there who are helping them, supporting them to, hey, catch up, pick up, let's go. We can do this together. And that is the spirit. We want to keep it. Yes, success is very, very uncomfortable.
Yep.
I agree with that slogan.
Yeah.
Any last words you have to pour out there?
Just to thank you, so for this. Thank you so much for starting this podcast. I always make sure I like or react to any of your posts so that many people can see. And I believe the world can be a better place if we have many people like Solange. If we have people with your heart trying to make people and other people become the best versions of themselves. There are few people who do this. There are few people who are just busy making money and just greed, just living big, buying cars, buying homes, flashing everywhere, trying to impress other people. But just for the fact that you take time and you're building this, you are consistent. I salute you. I am so proud of you. I thank you so much for that. If you, like Martin Luther King said, the most pressing and urgent question in life is, what are you doing for other people? What are you doing for other people? So that you are doing a lot for people. You're helping people become the best versions of themselves, to believe in their talent, and that's the world we want to build. Helping other people.
I came here to praise you. I did not come here for you to be telling me all these beautiful things about me. I'm not ready to blush.
Yeah, doing good. Yeah, doing good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My last
and hey, yes, go ahead.
And that's what is to our students, is just to stay focused. It's just to keep the fight, just to be hungry for knowledge. Don't give up. Success is not comfortable. And words of gratitude to everyone who's reaching out to help Cloud Heroes Africa. We have lots and lots of people who are so kind. They're like, oh, how can I help? How can I help build talent in Africa? How can I help give hope? I'll say thank you to all of them, and to everybody in Cloud Heroes Africa who is helping to coordinate the team, the leaders, people on the board. I am so grateful. And to the person who planted the seeds, Sister Jane, who has decided to be anonymous. Sister, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for praying for us. She said, I want to step back and just pray for you guys. Thank you so much. So it was a pleasure being here.
Definitely. That was great. Thank you, Alphonse. And hey, you're talking about people when maybe somebody wants to help in whatever way they can. Maybe somebody wants to join. How can they reach you?
I think I can drop my my email on the podcast, and then you can share either my email or the email of we have a website, www.cloudheroesafrica.
Okay, there is. Okay, yeah. So I'll share the website so that
please do.
Anybody can link.
They can reach us on LinkedIn and WhatsApp, and when there are lots of ways to get us, especially LinkedIn and on our website.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, and thank you for your time. I appreciate you.